Good morning, Asmita, Anusri. Good morning to all of you. Asmita, good. You have made your own Gmail ID. Very good, bete. Otherwise, it's very confusing. Sometimes I've got to give command to my brain. It takes time. Okay, so it's good that you have made your own ID. Anyway, Asmita, can you please confirm me with the text whether I am audible properly? Please do confirm me with the text so that I can gradually start my lesson. Good morning, Krishna, Shruti, Anusri, Asmita, Priyanshu. Good morning. So, can anyone of you please text me whether I am audible clearly? Whether I am audible clearly, please text me so that I am able to start my lesson immediately. Okay, thank you, Shruti. Thank you so much. So, dear students, I shall very quickly. Okay, thank you, Asmita. Thank you so much. So, dear students, I shall very quickly resume, or you can say repeat this particular text, because in the last class it was late and I had to rush through actually. Okay, so that is why it's a very small lesson and it's a very inspirational lesson. That is why Maria Sharapova's part 2 I'm going to start from the very beginning. Okay, so please listen attentively so that you are able to understand the content, okay, properly. So let me begin. See, in the first part of the story, we found Santosh Yadav, okay, being the only woman to have scaled Mount Everest twice, okay, and she was from a very small town of Haryana. She was, a pride for India, and we could know something about her character traits, something about she liked doing, and her hobbies, and what she did in order to become a climber. Okay, now today we will come to know what did Maria Sharapova do, okay, in order to become famous as a tennis player. Okay, so let's find out today. Saurabh, good morning. Vaibhav and Harshal, good morning. Okay, so there is something disarming about Maria Sharapova, something at odds with her ready smile and glamorous attire. So, dear students, disarming refers to the fact that it is sweet. Okay, adorable, lovable, sweet is something what is called discerning. So what is something sweet about Maria Sharapova? Something at odds with the ready smile and glamorous attire. What is that which is there? What is the secret of her, ready smile and glamorous attire? Let us find out. And that something in her lifted her on Monday 22nd. She became prominent on Monday 22nd August 2005 to the world number one position in the women's tennis. Okay, so on August 22, 2005, she became world's number one tennis player. Okay, in the women's category. All this happened in almost no time. Okay, very quickly she became the number one player in women's category. Poised beyond her years, the Siberian-born teenager took just 4 years as a professional to reach the pinnacle. Okay, the pinnacle, as I told you the other day, the highest point is called pinnacle. Okay, so it took just 4 years to reach to that level of international fame. So what did she do in 4 years that brought her at the top list of tennis player, and she was not only in the top list, she was the number one player in women's category. Okay, so it all happened in the span of just 4 years. So we should come to know what happened, okay, and what are the challenges that she faced on her way to achieve success in tennis, or on her way to becoming number one in women's tennis. Let's find out. The rapid ascent. Dear students, ascent means rise, progress. Okay, rapid, you must be knowing. Rapid means what? Rapid means very fast. Okay, rapid means fast, and progress means ascent means progress. So, however, the rapid ascent in a fiercely competitive, fiercely means very much competitive. Okay, fiercely competitive world began 9 years before with a level of sacrifice few children would be prepared to endure. Okay, it means 9 years before she left her home. Okay, and then she came to the United States. So let's find out. Okay, so 9 years before she made her effort, her struggle started. Okay, our effort and struggle started 9 years before. Okay, what happened after that? 9 years before, with a level of sacrifice few children would be prepared to endure. Few children would be prepared to undertake such sacrifice, such a sacrifice that Maria Sharapova did. Okay, in order to or on the way to her becoming the number one tennis player. Let's find out. Little Maria had not yet celebrated her 10th birthday when she was packed off to train in the United States. That trip to Florida with her father, Yuri, launched her on the path to success. Dear students, she launched her on the path to success. So this is a good sentence you can make use of in your writing, as well as in your any informal interaction or formal interaction. You can make use of this beautiful language. So whenever you get such good sentences, you please underline it with pencil in your book, and then write them somewhere on your diary, so that you can brush them up, you can sort of revise them later on and make use of them in your speaking and writing, because you can only learn, dear students, good sentence structures, you can learn good words, be it of science or be it of mathematics, social science, or be it of Hindi or English, only through the textbook. Okay, only through the textbook, as well as from from different sorts of videos available on YouTube. Okay, so the more you read the text and the more you watch good videos, the more improved will be your English, the more enriched will be your vocabulary. Therefore, here in this text you've got a beautiful sentence. You please mark it with pencil, and then you straightway write it down somewhere at your leisure time on your notebook, and then try to use similar sentence in different contexts. Okay, then your language will certainly improve. Anyway, Yuri, what happened, dear students? She visited Florida along with her father, Yuri, and that particular trip to Florida paved the way for her path to success. Understood? Means her trip to Florida helped her a lot to become successful later on. How? Let's find out. And stardom. Stardom, you understand, dear students, stardom is the status of a star is called stardom. Okay, but it also required a heart-wrenching 2-year separation from her mother Yelena. Okay, from her mother Yelena, she had a 2-year separation. Okay, because her mom did not accompany her to the United States due to visa restrictions. So heart-wrenching, meaning of heart-wrenching, dear students, very sad. For example, a heart-wrenching story. A heart-wrenching story means a very sad story. Okay, a very sad story. Okay, so heart-wrenching here in this context means very sad. 2-year separation from her mother, Yelena. The latter, this is her mother, was compelled to stay back in Siberia because of visa restrictions. The 9-year-old girl had already learned an important lesson in life. What is the important lesson she learned in life? That tennis excellence would only come at a price. Okay, if you want to, not only tennis excellence, dear students, it can be anything. Okay, anything when it comes to having excellence in anything you do. It requires a lot of sacrifice, a lot of effort. Okay, so let's find out what kind of sacrifice she made. I used to be so lonely, Maria Sharapova recalls. I missed my mother terribly. My father was working as much as he could to keep my tennis training going, so he could not see me either. Okay, so father was working hard to earn money for for the payment of Maria Sharapova's expenses. Therefore, he was doing a lot of hard work in order to save money and so that he is able to afford for his daughter's expenses. Okay. Because I was so young, I used to go to bed at 8 p.m. The other tennis pupils would come in at 11 p.m. and wake me up and order me to tidy up the room and clean it. Understood? So what happened, you see, she's describing her experience in the United States. She's saying at 11 o'clock, I used to sleep at 8 o'clock earlier in the evening, but 11 o'clock when the children came to the hostel, they used to wake me up and asked me to tidy up the room. Okay, so it was really a very painful humiliation. But as she was very determined, so she had to endure or she had to bear such humiliations because she had to stay. She had to stay to United States. She had to train her skills. She had to be trained. Therefore, she had to hone her skills. Therefore, she ignored all such humiliations, okay, and went ahead with focused determination to practice more and more tennis. Instead of letting that depress me, I became more quietly determined and mentally tough. Okay, because dear students, it is very much experimental actually. What happened, what happens, like when you are going through the bad phase of your life, when you are struggling and having a lot of troubles on a day-to-day basis, it makes you mentally strong. It makes you physically as well as it makes you mentally very much tough. Okay, so mental toughness is increased when you suffer more and more. Understood? But if you do not go through any kind of pain or suffering in your life, then you will not be so much strong inside. Okay, you may not be mentally so much tough. Therefore, in order to be mentally tough and physically strong, it is very important for every one of us to go through the phase of suffering, the challenges of life, which are very important. So if we go through the challenges of life, it makes us more strong. Okay, it makes our mind tough and physic tough also. Okay, body tough as well. Therefore, as she was going through a host of humiliations, Some she has mentioned. She may have gone through some more humiliations which she has not mentioned here. So as she has gone through a host of humiliations, therefore she became more determined as well as mentally tough. I learned how to take care of myself. I never thought of quitting because I knew what I wanted. When you come from nothing and you have nothing, then it makes you very hungry and determined. Okay, this is what she says. What she says, dear students, she says, when you have nothing to lose, when you have nothing to lose, in that case, it makes you more. When you have no privilege of comforts of life, when you have no comforts of life, okay, when you have nothing to enjoy in life, it makes you more hungry and determined to achieve something that you don't have. So this is what she is saying. She is saying, whenever you do not have anything in your life to enjoy, okay, anything of comfort in your life to enjoy, then you become more hungry to achieve that, okay, to achieve that, so that you can also enjoy that comfort in life. Therefore, Maria Sharapova says the same thing. She says that I did not have any comfort, I was struggling a lot, therefore I became more determined, more hungry, and to get what I wanted to get. I would have put up with much more humiliation and insults than that to steadfastly pursue my dream. Okay, so she said that in order to steadfast, dear students, is the meaning of steadfast is firm determination. Okay, firm in belief or determination is called steadfast. Okay, so she said that I could have put up with more humiliation and insults. Okay, because I have a dream ahead. I have a very strong dream ahead. So in order to pursue my dream, fulfill my dream, okay, I could have put up with many more humiliation and insults. Understood? Much more humiliation and insults. Okay, you understood? So this is what she said. Now let's go ahead. That toughness runs through Maria every day. That toughness runs through Maria even today. It was the key to her begging the women's singles crown at Wimbledon in 2004. In 2004, she claimed the title or crown. She claimed the title at Wimbledon in 2004. Okay, and that was the the toughness in her mind, the toughness in her personality, the tenacity in her personality to achieve something, to get something, to achieve some milestone in life. This particular toughness and determination in her personality made her claim the title, Wimbledon title in 2004. Okay, singles Wimbledon titles in 2004. And to her meteoric rise to the world #1 spot the following year. In 2005, she became world number one player in the women's category. Okay, so meteoric rise means, dear students, meteoric rise refers to sudden and temporary brilliance is called meteoric rise. Sudden and temporary brilliance is called meteoric rise. So in 2004 she won the Wimbledon title, and in 2005 she became the world #1 in the women's category. Okay, so you can see her success. Okay, you can feel how much determined and how much successful she was. While her journey from the frozen plains of Siberia to the summit of women's tennis has touched the hearts of tennis fans, for the younger herself there appears to be no room for sentiment. Okay, she said she's so busy that she says she's so busy and she's so hungry for success. She says I have no time for any kind of sentiment. I cannot be sentimental about the humiliation that I felt, about the insults that I faced. Okay, I cannot afford to have room for or time for all such sentiments. Okay, I've got to forget my past insults, past humiliations. Okay, now I've got to go only and only ahead. I have many more milestones to achieve. Therefore, she says that I have no room for any kind of sentiment now. Okay. Sentiment here refers to emotional outburst of a person, okay, due to some bad experience in the past. Okay, this is what is sentiment here. The straight looks and the answers she gives when asked about her ambition makes it ample clear that she considers the sacrifices were worth it. I am very, very competitive. I work hard at what I do. It's my job. This is her mantra for success. So what is the mantra of success for Maria Sharapova? It is, she says that I work hard and it's my job. Okay, whatever work is at hand, or whatever work is in our hand is whatever work is in our hand, she considers that to be her only job, and she works towards fulfilling her duty, okay, her job, in the most accurate manner, in the most perfect manner, and she works really very hard on a day in and day out basis to fulfill all her ambitions. So what is the secret of her success? Any work, whatever work comes to her, she considers it as a priority job. She does it with single-minded devotion and commitment, and this is what is the mantra of her success. Okay. Though Maria Sharapova speaks with a pronounced American accent, she proudly parades her Russian nationality. Okay, she proudly parades her Russian nationality, even though she represented U.S. Or she was trained in U.S., but still she feels proud to declare her as a Russian citizen. Clearing all doubts, she says, I am Russian. It's true that the US is a big part of my life, but I have Russian citizenship. My blood is totally Russian. I'll play the Olympics for Russia if they want me. So she said, I shall play for Russia if they want me. Okay, I'm very much interested to go back to Russia and play on behalf of my country. So if my country allows me, then certainly I would love to play for Russia in the upcoming Olympics and other championships. Like any number of teenage sensations, Maria Sharapova lists fashion, singing, dancing as her hobbies. She loves reading novels of Arthur Conan Doyle. Her fondness for sophisticated evening gowns appears at odds with the love of pancakes with chocolate spread and fizzy orange drinks. These are all the hobbies, examples of hobbies given, okay, of Maria Sharapova. Maria Sharapova cannot be pigeonholed or categorized. Her talent, unwavering desire to succeed, and readiness to sacrifice have lifted her to the top of the world. So unwavering, the students, means constant. Unwavering desire means constant desire to succeed, and readiness, she was always ready to sacrifice, have lifted her to the top of the world. So dear students, what are the values? We'll discuss later on. Okay, so you understood Maria Sharapova's values, okay, and her ethics are unwavering desire to succeed and readiness to success. Okay, these are some of the secrets of her success in life. Okay. Few would grudge her the riches she is now reaping. Okay, few would grudge because it is because of her hard work, her sheer determination. It is for her commitment and it is for her sacrifice that she has sort of amassed, or she has saved much fortune. Okay, much wealth. So very few will grudge at it because it was out of her commitment, hard work, and lot of sacrifice, okay, which all went behind making her a number one tennis player, okay, in women's category. So this is what she has to say about her monetary gains from tennis. What is she supposed to say? Of course, money is a motivation. Tennis is a business and a sport, but most important thing is to become number one in the world. That's the dream that kept me going. Okay, so what is the dream? The dream of being number one is something what kept her going and made her work hard and hard and hard, day in and day out. So dear students, we have come to the end of this lesson, reaching for the top. Okay, so we have got two prominent personalities in this lesson, women personalities. Number one is Santosh Yadav, okay, who is from very small town of Haryana. And the second prominent personality is from Siberia, okay, from Russia. Her name is Maria Sharapova, okay. So we have seen how what are their hobbies, what are their likes and dislikes, and in what way did they work towards fulfilling their ambition in life. So you should also take some values out of their life, okay. So what kind of values you can take out of their life, out of their lives? Dear students, always remember that you've got to be punctual, number one, okay. You've got to be punctual. Whenever you are supposed to do a particular work at whatever time, you must do it on that time only. Never pile up your work, because when you pile up your work, then it gives you additional stress, okay, when you go to perform that work later on. Therefore, on a day in and day out basis, if you complete your work and never pile up your work the next day, that is one of the most important keys of achieving success. What is the second key to achieving success? You must set a goal, okay. When you set a goal, you shall work towards fulfilling your goal, and in that case you shall take small steps, okay, in achieving small targets to reach your bigger target, okay. So setting a goal is important, and then you become punctual, and then you work towards it. And very important thing that I need to mention is that you be sacrificing in nature, because if you are sacrificing in nature, in that case you shall be able to remain focused at your goal, okay. So you might have seen Santosh Yadav has left her family, she went to Delhi and other places. Here in this part also, Maria Sharapova left her country, and at a very standard age of 9 years she migrated to the United States. So can you see the level of sacrifice involved in Maria Sharapova as well as in Santosh Yadav, because they did sacrifice the comforts of life, okay. They struggled in life, okay, and this is the reason as to why they are now number one in the world, okay. They are number one in the world. The ranking keeps changing, of course, but she was number one for many years, okay. So we need to first set up a goal, okay, and we need to set up small objectives, small goals as well, so that on a day in and day out basis we can fulfill such goals. And then we need to be very much punctual, and then we need to be very much hardworking and committed to our work. And and next one is very important, we need to be sacrificing in nature, okay. So these are all the combined elements which we need to imbibe in our personality in order to get success. So dear students, I shall now begin a poem, very small poem though, okay. And I think if I haven't uploaded it, just check once. If I haven't uploaded, then I'll upload it shortly. Please do update your lesson notes, okay. So before I finish up, I have around 7 minutes left, around 10 minutes left actually. So let me continue with this poem. It's a very small poem, I shall go a bit fast, okay. On killing a tree. Dear students, this is another, it's a very nice poem, okay. The writer, the poet has sensitized us. The poet has sensitized us about not harming the environment, okay, not harming the environment, but he is communicating the message to us in a very different manner, dear students, okay. In a very different manner he is giving the message to us, okay. So let's find out, okay. You must have observed people cutting down trees, but can they kill a tree? Is it easy to do so? Let's read the poem and find out what the poet says on killing a tree, okay. Okay, so cutting down a tree is something, dear students, very much common everywhere, okay. But the writer, the poet, means to say that simply cutting down the stem or the body of the tree is not sufficient, okay, is not sufficient. So what kind of suggestions he offers in this poem? Number one, it is not it is not proper to cut down the tree, okay, because we are doing we are causing harm to environment, okay. It's a environmental issue, so we should not cut down the trees, number one. And number two, the writer is saying whenever men are cutting down the trees, they are not cutting down properly, okay. They are just cutting down the stem and all that, so they are not cutting down the trees properly. So what are the proper ways of cutting down a tree is something he has given us hint about in this poem. Let's find out. It takes much time to kill a tree, not a simple jab of the knife will do it. So the poet says that it takes a lot of time to kill a tree, okay. Simply the striking with a knife or axe, okay, is not enough. Jab means, you can see, jab means to strike with a short straight blow is called jab. To strike with a short straight blow is called jibe, okay. So it takes time to kill a tree, not a simple jab of the knife will do it. It has grown slowly consuming the earth. So dear student, consuming the earth is very important. Try to understand the meaning of consuming the tree, okay, earth. So consuming the earth means the root of a tree is attached to the soil. The root of a tree is attached to the soil. A plant takes nutrition from the soil to grow into a big tree. Understood? To grow into a big tree. So consuming the earth means the earth keeps growing by taking the nutrients with the help of its roots from the soil. So this is what the poet means to say here, okay. It has grown slowly, the tree has grown slowly. Consuming the earth means taking all the nutrients of the soil with the help of its roots, okay. With the help of its roots, the tree takes all the nutrients from inside the soil, and thus it can grow, okay. Rising out of it, feeding upon its crust, absorbing years of sunlight, okay. The tree absorbs years of sunlight, air, water, and out of its leprous hide sprouting, leaves, okay. So dear students, leprous, what is the meaning of leprous? Let me explain you. So you see here, leprous means discolored bark, okay. Discolored bark of the tree is called leprous, okay. So might be why leprous word is used here, because it is from the word leprosy, okay. So here allusion has been given here. The reference of a leprosy patient has been made here, okay, because whenever we, like here, the tree, the color of the bark has been compared to the color of the leprous patient, okay. So we shall discuss this and more in our next class very elaborately, dear students, because we are running out of time today. So we shall start from this poem once again, okay. In our next lecture, okay, we shall focus on this poem. It is a very interesting poem. On the one hand, the poet is creating awareness to us not to kill tree, okay, not to kill tree. On the other hand, he is telling us if you are cutting down the tree, you have got to cut down in this manner, okay, in this manner, so that the tree completely dies. But the way we cut down the tree is something what the poet says we are not supposed to do, because we are just cutting down the stem, the body of the tree. We are not cutting down its root. Okay, root means the roots we must be doing, no, which is spread all across inside the soil. So we must cut a tree from its roots in order to stop its growth. Otherwise, if we cut the tree again after a few days, it will come out of its roots, okay. It will come out of its leftover all this, okay. So you understood. So he says, on the one hand, he is saying we must be environmentally very much conscious. We should not cut down the tree. And then, out of anger, out of frustration, he is saying, if you are cutting down the tree, then make sure that you need to cut down the tree in such a manner that it doesn't come up once again. Okay. So what is the way you can restrict a tree from not coming up once again? The way is to destroy the tree from its entire roots. Okay, if you can cut the tree from its roots, in that case the tree will not come up once again. Okay, so it's very interesting, dear students, very interesting poem. We'll come to know about it in our next class. Okay, so dear students, let me wind up here, and please do come on Thursday. I shall explain you the poem as well as discuss some of the core themes that the poet has made reference of in this particular poem. We shall know much more about this, okay, about the theme as well as the in-depth explanation of the poem for each one of you. So please do not miss the next day's class. Thank you, dear students. And the 100 dresses 1 and 2, hopefully I have uploaded in the sorry, not 100 dresses, the previous lessons you check once. I have uploaded hopefully, and if I haven't, I shall upload very shortly. Okay, dear students, so myself signing off today. Thank you so much, dear students. Have a nice day. Take care. Don't go out of your residence very often, and even if you have to go out, wear the mask and use the sanitizer on a regular basis. Take extreme care of yourself, dear students. Okay, thank you, Shruti, Anusri, Asmita, Harshal, Priyanshu, Jui. Thank you all of you so very much. Thank you so much. Bye bye.